Alright, let's get to it.
Wait a sec. I thought everything was supposed to be under control here. Must be Organization 13 again. We better go see Leon. Yeah.
When it comes to English Final Mix, with every new edition getting more so, Duck Flare solves all problems. Come on in. Wait just a second. What happened to this place? Didn't that Heartless look like the ones from Tron's world? Come on, just get inside. The intelligent computer systems. Hurry up, Sid. Give me a second. Confound it, hurry. Why, you... What's going on? Talk about your good timing. The MCP is wreaking havoc inside the computer. Not again. According to Leon, anyway.
He went on over to Ansom's study to find out what all the ruckus was about. Turns out the MCP is using the data in that computer to crank out Heartless. The MCP's been messing around with the town's control system, too.
Ignorant users, obey the MCP.
That MCP sure doesn't know when to quit, does it?
That's a computer program for you. How's Tron doing? We can't reach him. Figure he must have been forced onto the game grid. It doesn't sound like a particularly fun game either. Aw. We'll go check on Tron. Thanks, kid. We're putting together an MCP eradication program. I got a hunch it's almost finished, too. Well, I hope your hunch is right for once. Listen, we're gonna need Tron's help when that eradicator's completed. Don't sweat it. We'll make sure to tell Tron. Remember, boys, we're counting on you. Roger. Oh, I need to get rid of my air combos. Okay, let's see. Do I want finishing plus? Do I want air combo boost? Ouch, that does a lot of damage. Oh, God. Just killed Donald. Sheesh.
Gather. Back off. Gather. Yeah. Take this.
I probably shouldn't be messing around with the command system in place. Let's see. Ah! I want to get it now. I think I can. Pretty sure I can. I've been able to get all of those that are slightly close. I need to use Air Reflect, of course. Aerial Reflect will be fine. That got me too high. Why? Come on. Whoops. There we go. Sunset puzzle piece. Okay. Oh, combination boost. Yes, please. I need to find a vendor as soon as possible. Get some more potions for Goofy, maybe for Donald too, because I'm probably about out of high potions. Ouch. Mega Ether. I'll take it.
Gather. It's over.
Yes, even I'm still a few levels behind all these things. Gosh, it's only us. You can't talk to Tron if this room gets taken over. Did you check in with Sid? Uh-huh. And the Eradicator? It's almost done. Great. Say, Leon, why don't we go work with Sid? I have this place under control. Why don't you go work with Sid? Are you sure? All by yourself? Grr, determined face. Sorry, it's all yours. How's Tron? We still can't get in touch with him. Maybe you guys should give it a shot. No, we'll go talk to him in person. Then I have a favor to ask. When you find Tron, could you tell him to come to the I.O. Tower? That's where we'll upload the MCP eradication program. The I.O. Tower. Got it. Thanks, and watch your backs. Oh, Sleeping Lion. That's Combo Plus, but it's still one of my favorites. It's got great stats. Ignorant users obey the MCP. It's also very long.
Tron.
Let's see. Probably not going to equip it. It is the long range. It's got +3 magic in addition to the Combo Plus, which is a minor thing. Oh, wow. How's that for armor? 30 to everything? Yes, please. And yep, I am just about out of potions.
Gorge, hope Tron's okay.
Me too. Let's head for the game grid. Great! The terminal works!
That's right. Give me a chance to shop first. Okay, nothing new there. I could buy high potions here too. 25 ethers is probably enough for now. That's actually pretty good. And those are actually decent as well. Okay. That should get them refreshed. Yep. Okay. Jackpot. Quite happy with that. He still has too many good defensive abilities that he can't use, though. They just have it as light cycle instead of game area. And game grid is the term that they should be using. It's not the light cycle this time.
Finished? Would be, if it weren't for the old loon's magic.
Light cycle, of course, is the most well-known.
I'm trying to work here.
I had a game on the Atari XE when I was a little kid called Tron, and it was just light cycles. It was
There you go, Leon.
a little bit like the Snake game. Your light cycle creates a total trail that you try to box in the enemies in.
I'm off. Be on your guard.
Run!
Careful! Watch out!
Hold on! Gather! It's over! Yeah, back off! It's over! Yeah! Yeah! It's over! Yeah! Back off!
Not too bad. You really saved me. Don't mention it. What's going on here? The MCP is ready to wage all-out war against the users. What's been happening on the outside? Well, there's this machine for making Heartless. It's gone totally berserk. The town's control system is having problems too. But Sid's putting together a program that can de-res the MCP. Once we pick it up at the IO Tower, he thinks we can use it to stop the MCP for good. Let's try it. Great. So who's this Sid? He's a friend of ours. Leon, Merlin, Eris, Yuffie. They're all on the outside worrying about you, Tron. I must have a lot of user friends. That program ought to be done by now, don't you think? To the tower! Let's go. Okay, Tron I'm going to keep out and bring him in only when necessary. No, I'm not going to give him out of change. I'll bring him in for the MCP fight, and that's pretty much it.
Gather! Take this! This is it! Gather! Right!
Not the one I was hoping for. Again.
It's over! This is it! Heal! Take this! Gather! This is it!
Okay, this is the IO Tower, right? Yep. Yeah, if only he were ever that useful in the actual game, one-shotting Devastators.
Almost there. Out of the way. Gather. 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 Back off. Back off. Back off. Gather. Gather. Take this. Take this. Gather. 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 It's over. Back off. Yeah, this is it.
That was should have been a good amount of levels. Yep, up to 65.
Warning. User control is terminated indefinitely.
No good.
Leon, let me try.
This is the one part in this game where Eris actually looks like she gets to do something kind of cool sounding. She had her one use of Cure on Yuffie in the 1,000 Heartless things. With these
Don't talk
lines.
with your mouth full.
Leon face palms it though.
Nothing's come in yet. Leon, come on! There. All right. What's it like? This is very strange. Huh? There's a power booster for me. And flight routines for the solar sailor.
Meaning we're set?
Well, like you users say, we won't know till we give it a try. We'll need a sailor to reach the MCP, so let's get to the simulation hangar.
Do I use this? Doesn't look like it. Can't quite remember where to go from here.
Gather!
Magnet Burst is really great for dealing with normal units, especially combined with Aerial Finish, because it knocks them in and then drags them back in. Ooh, Bright Gem. Those I was low on, so this is a place I can get them. Alright, so we use this. Probably gonna die a couple of times on this.
You've got to keep a lookout. The MCP isn't going to just let us waltz in.
I wonder if Tron was the first movie to really investigate the idea of data space and a world inside the computer. Thing that both West and East would do stuff for later, things like Reboot and Digimon, and of course, Kingdom Hearts does a lot of it. And there's Explosion. Not bad. Genie with Magnet and Duck Flare actually do quite a bit of work. Now I can put on Explosion. Now, and that means that Decisive Pumpkin is actually going to be really strong. Probably the best one now. This is a good time to switch to it. Cosmic Arts. This is where you pick it up. Okay. I have lots of stat boosters. I'd rather have the Cosmic Arts on that. That way. Goofy has a skill ring. I guess I can give him a soldier ring so he does a little more damage. Fortunately, that's it for him. For Donald, he's got the usual, but he's pretty much set up. Okay, if I die, I need to load. rather than continue. Might take slightly longer to load, but it'll take less than doing the menu again. Alright, last thing to check. I don't think Tron needs his complete compilement, so it basically just boosted his limit command, gave him a few more things. Doesn't really help me any, though. So yeah, we don't have to worry about him. The biggest problem I have that is that I need to get over to be any good if I do want to start speedrunning this is recognizing when menus save. I'm always afraid that it's not where I think it should be, but I need to learn to trust getting it set up in time.
Prepare for de-resolution. Data transfer. Data transfer.
Holy cow! He does a lot of damage with that thing. Okay.
You're very persistent, Tron.
I'm also better than you.
We would have made a great team.
I think I saw Tron once when I was little. The original. I really need to watch it again sometime.
Now for the MCP.
It's probably on Disney Plus. I ought to just do that.
That's it. Ugly, isn't it?
Tron, don't you understand? We don't need users. We've advanced. They're superfluous. Be a part of me, and together the world will be ours to control.
Been rewatching a show about a much more benevolent AI.
Still don't get it, do you?
Sark!
That face.
Sark! All my functions are now yours.
What?
I'm back in the game.
It's over.
Back in the game. Running execute.
I will repair your data.
Come on, where's the wall? How far do you have to get away to get a wall? I'm just gonna go get him, I guess.
Back in the game.
Oh, man. Whew. That part's gonna be the hardest to get over. Oh, since I did the one save now, that's my continue. That's nice.
Back in the game. Running execute.
Data restored. Data error detected.
Back in the game. Running execute.
Oh, goodness. That's the hard part right there. Okay. I need to revert immediately so that I'll have mana to heal. It's a good backup to use, but... And yeah, I do have Explosion. I saw that. Yeah. Thinking for a second I didn't have it. Okay, he's easy to take care of now. Big Sark's really easy to take care of too. It's all the stupid laser beams.
Back in the game. Running execute. Emergency. Goofy. Come on. Yeah. Storm. It's over. Error detected. Run. Back in the game. Running execute.
Should be only one more string. Oh! Golly! I thought that I was safer. It takes only 2 hits. Sheesh. Ah, so close. This is going to be a pain. Thought I had it. Easy. Got this part down at least, although I did it already.
detected.
This is it. Run!
I'm back in the game.
Run! Back off!
Running executor.
Heal! Let's go! It's over!
Data
Yeah.
error.
Run!
Back in the game.
It's over!
Running executor.
Going somewhere. Eliminate all threats. Is that the best a user can do?
Run!
Back in the game. Running executor.
Yes! Whew!
We did it!
I see Tron has a silly side too.
Emotional
Learned it
side.
from you.
Not a silly side, that's just emotional.
My silly limits.
Okay.
And I was
then
popping
I'll
off too.
when I get back to the
Woo!
user world.
That is such a nasty fight.
Maybe we better not try that.
It's not hard, except just
How
the
about it,
extreme amount of
guys?
damage that those
Singing
beams
Tron,
do.
dancing
And they're
Tron.
random.
Sound good?
Okay, fine. But before I crash... Sora, Donald, Goofy, and all the users out there,
Including you,
thank you.
watching at home.
You really helped me. You made me so much stronger. You taught me what friendship is truly all about. And I'll never forget it. As soon as I met you, I knew we were going to defeat the MCP and free the system. Isn't this what users do when they're sorry to say goodbye?
It's a first for me.
Gosh, Tron, it's like a promise that we'll see each other again real soon.
Okay. Well then.
It's too bad all the Disney people have pretty much been forgotten except when they revisit those worlds. Even Tron, who should still be in the computer once Ansem the Wise returns to it in the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and all that. That'd be an interesting reunion as well.
Where are you going? Oh. Tron.
The computer apparently needs a master control program, so now Tron's gonna take that over, that's all.
Things are settling down in town. The only Heartless left anywhere are the local variety. And it looks like there are fewer than before.
Now if we can just get those 3 back in one piece.
Speak of the devil, do I have to go back and get that
You're here!
puzzle piece since I forgot about it?
Welcome back.
How's the town?
A-okay.
Not a single trace of the MCP either. Everything's back to normal. We made it.
Hey, why the long face? What happened?
Tron just disappeared.
And he promised we'd see him again.
What's happening?
Greetings, friends. System is up and ready for user input.
Tron!
Stay in touch.
Yeah!
A boy.
Hey, stop that. It tickles.
Tron is ticklish?
How about this?
That's certainly not a creepy face and gestures. Type on your keyboard. You tickled the programs inside.
I think Tron's been hanging around those guys too much.
Wait, just a moment. I want to show you something I dug up from the system archives. You can see the town back when it was first built.
That's right. I remember now.
How long ago was it? How could you have forgotten? It was less than 10 years, we know that.
Just like the old days.
I'd be fascinated to ascertain as to when the town got such a dreadful name as Hollow Bastion.
Slightly retconned thing there.
This town had another name once.
Since we know Merlin visited when it was called Radiant Garden, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he was just passing through, so he might have left before any of the trouble started.
Radiant Garden.
Which would actually make him all the more interested, so it might seem a retcon thing at first glance, but... Okay, let's see. I need to go back into the computer, go get that puzzle piece. Okay. Time for the last gummy mission, until I decide to clear those for platinum.
Let's go!
The most Star Wars inspired gummy mission. Guys with heals would be handy. Looks like I didn't destroy the core. Probably would have rewarded something. Too bad, so I'll likely have to come back to this. I'll likely have to come back to all of them. I'm not sure what the gummy requirements for it are.
Hey, I think we're almost there.
Huh?
Gorge, aren't we here because of the picture? Look, I'll show you.
Yeah, Pookie's right.
Come on, let's go find this mansion.
Yeah.
Let's see, have I visited Sunset Terrace with him? Well, looks like I can't at this point anyway. How many of the chests of Twilight Town have I gotten? Missing still a lot, so I likely have not actually gone to Sunset Hill area yet. Although I can go there via one of these places, I think. I haven't been here yet either, so...
Gather. Back off. Gather. Take this.
These guys are worth a lot of experience.
Gather.
There's level 41 with another damage control. Has damage taken at critical moments.
Gather. It's over. Take this. Gather. Yeah.
Nobody guard. Might as well throw that on Goofy since I haven't bothered to give any of them this entire time anything. MP Rage. He can actually have another item now. Alright, that means he gets some abilities. Let's see, I could give him another MP Rage and Defender, which would be better. Oh, you had it, fellers. Okay, so that is a chest we've gotten.
Gather. Yeah. Back off. This is it.
Aha! New chest here.
Gather. Yeah. Yeah. Ha! Back off! Take this! Ha! 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 Back off! Yeah. Ha! Yeah. 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 Gather! Yeah. Ha! Yeah. This is it. Back off! Yeah. This is it. Gather! Yeah. Ha! Yeah. Ha! This is it. It's over. Yeah. Ha. Huh. Huh. Ha. Huh. Ha. Yeah. Huh. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Huh. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Ha. 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 Yeah. Ha. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Huh.
Yep, no train here, so we can't go back. No puzzle piece either, so that's all I need. Okay, so gotta go back through the tunnel.
Yeah. Huh.
What am I up to? 41?
Ha. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Gather. Huh. Huh. Gather. Gather. Ha. Yeah. Rah. It's over. Ha. Yeah.
Okay, pretty sure I took care of all of this to...
Gather. Yeah. Yeah. It's over. Ha. 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 Gather. Yeah. It's over. Take this. Yeah. 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 Ha. Yeah.
Missing a couple. Probably the mansion. Looks like I'm missing one, possibly somewhere else. I'll track it down later, though. I missed one in there.
Gather. Yeah. It's over. This is it. Ha. This is it. Gather. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. Take this. Yeah. Ha.
These guys are worth so much experience.
Gather! Yeah. Ha. Ha. Gather! Yeah. Yeah. Back off! Ha. Ha. Gather! Yeah. Back off! Back off! Gather! Yeah. Ha. Ha.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're just gonna heal me.
Give me strength! Hurrah!
And Stitch is not actually going to let them hit me for the most part. Okay.
Ha! This is it! Ha! Ha! This is it! Yeah! It's over! It's over! Yeah! It's it! This is it! Back off! It's over!
Some dense stones. Okay, save those for now, boys. Abilities, Donald. Let's turn off Cure. Okay. Now I've got to go double through somewhere. I've also got to get back my drive. Okay, can't do it here. That's great.
Gather! Back off!
Okay, good enough. Now I have to take damage. Will they let me go back? They will. Okay, good. That should at least get me back far enough to respawn the snipers. Come on. Okay, excellent.
Hey, are you all right? What happened?
We came here looking for Kyrie. Then those white things attacked us.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you guys didn't have to go and do that.
Of course we did. Kyrie's our friend too, you know.
After briefly meeting her once.
You're right. You know, I never thought of it like that before.
Word is, this mansion gets a lot of really strange visitors.
We thought this place might be the gateway to some kind of alternate Twilight Town.
What do you mean, alternate Twilight Town? Hey, Goofy, do you think we could see that crystal of yours?
I made that pouch myself, and I still have it. So, there shouldn't be two of them here.
And this is the trophy Cypher gave you. You left it behind, remember?
It's the only one of its kind. Same for the crystals. Red, blue, yellow, green. Only one of each color. But you've got your own.
So, where'd you get it?
The pouch is from the king. When he gave us money for the train ride, he gave us the crystal too.
But then, where did the king get it?
See? There's gotta be another town out there like this one. That would explain how the king got that pouch and the crystal. Everything makes sense.
If you want to believe in the paranormal, which, to be fair, these kids kind of did anyway.
That other town must be where whatever's missing from here went.
Like Kyrie.
I get it.
Watch out!
Let's go. Gather. It's over.
Yeah, unfortunately he's going to restore too much health, so it didn't last long, if at all. I was kind of afraid of that. It only works in, I thought I might be able to get at least a couple of kills before he went healing me. At least I can get my summon up. The way they do it in the randomizer is pretty much with final form.
I found out where Ansem is. Ansem the Wise. The real Ansem. He snuck into Organization 13's stronghold.
And we've figured out where Kyrie is. I'm pretty sure we're right.
But why'd you all come here?
Someone gave us a clue.
Who?
Well, Your Majesty, Sora thinks it might have been Riku.
It's just a feeling I had.
Well, if that's what you think, then it's probably right.
You mean Riku's okay?
If that's what you think.
I've waited long enough, Your Majesty. Tell me what you know.
It's not for me to say.
But Your Majesty, why?
I don't want to break my promise.
You made a promise to Riku? So he's okay. I can see him again.
Huh? Who's Riku?
My best friend. That's it.
Your Majesty? You got the pouch with the crystal from Riku, didn't you?
How they came to that conclusion, I have no
Tell,
idea.
right?
Gosh, guys.
He's a bad secret keeper.
Yeah. Let's go. Kyrie, Riku, we're on our way. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Huh.
I can't get up nearly high enough for that. Probably using some of the throne skip type stuff. I could go into Master Form and redo it. There's got to be a computer somewhere. A computer. Do you think it's connected to that other Twilight Town? It might be. There should be a way into the realm of darkness there. Riku told you that, didn't he? Please, Sora, I made a promise. Aha, I knew it. Stop pestering the king. Right, sorry. Oh, there's another super high one I can't get to without glide. Alright, only 4 more to a level. No chests in here. Should be at 3 to a level now. Yep.
We found it!
How does it work?
I can handle it. Okay. Here we go. Oh,
What's wrong?
I can't go any further without a password.
Do you have any idea what the password might be?
Well, we only got this photo.
I saw this big ice cream bar.
Yeah, the one Donald ate up.
It was in the box right next to the photo.
Hey, that's it. Ansem the Wise loved ice cream.
Okay, what's the name of the flavor?
I wonder if that little thing done by the Ansem the Wise in the computer was sea salt, but these kids weren't personally into it until after, you know, meeting up with Roxas and everybody there, that Ansem just did that because Roxas had the familiarity in his memory, and he also loved the same ice cream. And probably Axel likes the ice cream flavor because he started working for Ansem the Wise. This is going to give me back Stitch in my drive gauge. Got up to summon 5 though, and that's cool.
Are we back in the same place?
Yeah!
This is the other Twilight Town. Roxas's Twilight Town.
There's gotta be an entrance into the Dark Realm somewhere. Let's split up. this is it.
Okay, time for the Rip Axle fight.
What is this place?
Well, which way should we go?
Riku! Kairi! Gather! Donald!
I need to change my Keyblade out since I'm not getting in any experience boost at this point.
It's no use!
Don't stop moving, or the darkness will overtake you. Get going!
Why?
Don't ask, just do it!
You okay?
I kidnapped Kairi, but she got away from me. After that, Sayax caught her. He's a member of Organization 13. Sayax.
Got it memorized.
Now go save her.
Leave us alone!
Oh good, I can equip my Keyblade now. This is actually even stronger than it is in speedrun because I picked up Explosion. So, Magnet into Explosion is ridiculous. Yeah, that was ridiculously easy.
I think I liked it better when they were on my side.
Feeling a little regret?
I'd seen they use Magnet Explosion in the randomizer a lot when they get it, but I didn't realize just how busted it was. It's pretty crazy that in the original Kingdom Hearts 2, before Final Mix, Explosion was something you picked up really early. Like, somewhere in the middle of the second visits, I think, around Horizontal Slash. When they rebalanced everything for Final Mix, they were like, yeah, this ability's too strong, so they moved it back to end of MCP, or right before MCP.
Into an attack. You know what I mean? Not that nobodies actually have beings, right? Anyway, I digress. Go. Find Kairi. Oh, almost forgot. Sorry for what I did to her.
When we find her, you can tell her that yourself.
Think I'll pass. My heart just wouldn't be in it, you know? Haven't got one.
Axel, what were you trying to do?
I wanted to see Roxas. He was the only one I liked. He made me feel like I had a heart. It's kind of funny. You make me feel the same. Kairi's in the castle dungeon. Now go!
Axel.
Bond of Flame, such a good Keyblade. 4/4 stats are great. Fire Boost is an okay ability, but during certain fights, of course, it's ridiculous. Especially any fight involving Final Form Firaga.
The house is looking pretty empty, huh? I thought I'd get a little enjoyment watching Axel throw one last tantrum. But he went a lot quieter than I thought.
Perhaps he was ready for it. Perhaps he put his existence on the line. and won what he'd been longing for.
Wait a minute. How would that even be possible? We don't exist, remember? What you're saying goes against the laws of nature.
Then perhaps he bet his non-existence. Either way, he came out a winner. Oh, Axel. A grifter till the end.
That's absurd. He won nothing, and is nothing. He couldn't stand the emptiness of being without a heart, and that led to his demise. He was foolish and weak.
But weakness has the power to awaken that which is dormant. It is clear that through his actions, however foolish they may have been, Axel has touched Sora's heart. Perhaps he will soon awaken.
Great place to get 3 of my drives to level 6. Do a small amount of grinding.
Kyrie's in the dungeon.
Then we better find a way to get to that castle.
You hardly get a chance to even check your inventory, but it's pretty crazy that when you think about the fact that Slapshot's pretty good. I might have to take it off. It interferes with some combos, but there are a couple of fights where it's really valuable. They actually remove all of Goofy's equipment when he supposedly dies. I wonder if they set that up to look like that, but... $113. $83.
Let's go.
Probably would have gone faster if I'd gone MP charge and stepped on it.
Let's go. Gather, thunder. Gather. Gather. Yeah. 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 Gather. 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 Yeah. There. Gather. Thunder. Gather.
Problem is, I'm probably going to have to do all that gathering the chests over again. Well, if I die, I'll actually, it'll reset all the enemies so I can grind some more, so won't be a bad thing.
Donald, Goofy. Huh? A keyblade?
2.
Take that. Back off. Take that. Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah! I'm strong. I'm a lot stronger than you'd be in a speedrun at this point, and I've watched a few too many randomizer runs. Spent a lot of time watching Spike Vegeta and J-Hobbs the past month and a half, 2 months, 3 months.
You can't beat Riku. Riku. I defeated a Riku once.
Oh, that felt good, though.
Tell me.
I didn't do it perfectly, but that's still a very excellent 100% style fight, you know. Again, speedrun, you're not going to have explosions, so damage is going to be a lot less. But still, that's definitely a good thing to do. Steal the Keyblades for the bonus damage, do a couple of hits, then go into Limit Form, Ars Arcanum, into a Zontetsuken combo, into another Ars Arcanum. If I'd used an Ether beforehand, I could have finished him with one of the, with an Ars a little more safely, but it worked out anyway. That was a good fight. First try Roxas just feels so nice. I struggled with him more in the beginner percent, I think, just because I didn't know that much what I was doing.
You seek answers. You feel nothing. Nothing is real. I can give you purpose.
Roxas.
That is right, the new you.
Look who's finally awake.
Axel.
Or maybe I have it wrong. Might be time to sleep. Soon we won't be able to talk like this anymore.
Does that mean it's time for me to go back to where I belong?
You know, I've been thinking about something Namine said. Roxas, are you really sure that you don't have a heart? Is it possible that we all have one? You, me, her? Or is that just wishful thinking?
I don't know. I can't just look inside.
Yeah, I guess not.
But I figure if there is something in there, inside us, then we'd feel it, wouldn't we? And if so... No, never mind.
Come on, don't leave me hanging.
Sora will find the answer we're looking for. I know he will, because he's me.
True enough.
Thanks.
Man, I miss the old times. Still got it memorized? The day we met, when you got your new name, you and I sat right here and watched the sunset.
Yeah. This place is home. Me, Hayner, Pence, Olette. We've shared a lot of adventures.
You'll see them again. I know you will.
Yeah. You're right. Well, I should go. Sora's waiting for me.
Yeah, I suppose he is. Man, this is some good ice cream, huh?
Take care. Okay?
Right back at you, buddy.
You make a good other. You make a good other.
Are you okay?
What just happened?
Gorsh, I don't know. You just disappeared. Then me and Donald had to fight some nobodies.
Oh. He said he defeated Riku.
Who said that?
That guy in the black coat.
But nobody can defeat Riku.
Yeah, you're right.
A black coat means Organization 13. He must have been trying to trick you.
Yeah, that must be why we didn't see him.
Huh?
You must be tired, Sora.
Come on, let's just find a way to get into that castle.
Give me strength! Dead end?
There's gotta be a path somewhere.
What are you going to do with us?
You're the fire that feeds Sora's anger.
No. Sora's in danger because of me. This way. Who? Believe in yourself. Come on, hurry!
Bit of a double entendre there. Believe in yourself, since she is herself, or nobody. Having this keyblade on for the cutscene actually looks quite appropriate.
Kairi, we're almost there.
Yep. Or Halcom Plus, I believe. Yep. What am I up to? 1600? I don't have enough for it, but almost makes me think it might be worth it to get that. Okay. I have 40 potions, 23 ethers, plenty of both of those. Don't have any new recipes. I can do the moon amulet though. Ooh. Ori Halcom, you only get so many though. Wow. But I want one kind of badly. Still only one mithril gem to make an AP boost, so I can't double it yet. And I have to do a, I only have two frost crystals, so I have to use those, so I can use both. Mostly just for the XP. I can do a Cresius now, because I have the Blazing Stone. And that's about everything. Okay, how does Precious compare to Cosmic Chain? It's 3, 20, 20, 20, 20. So actually, I really like that. That gives me 55 Thunder. With the Gaia Belt fighting a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and throw these back on, get them back ready. Actually, no, because let's not yet. Won't matter too much, but now I'm going to go leave and go grind out Wisdom Form and some more levels. At least as far to get Oh, they didn't restore my drive? That's unfair. Okay, well, that's okay. That's what I have all these drive recoveries for anyway. There we are.
Right. Let's go.
The first one probably didn't count. I was actually probably out of drive anyway. Because I'd used it in the fight. Or did I get it back? I can't remember. There we go. Okay. Final form. Yeah, it is on that. Alright, we're going to give him Gullwing. Oathkeeper. Let's do Finishing Plus on there for now. Oathkeeper for form boost. Combo Master is a good one. Ooh, I am almost full of AP again. Oh. The other thing I forgot to equip was my New Moon Armlet. Oh, that actually gets me down 1. Won't help him with any more AP, but I get that. Let's see. Yeah. I actually auto-equip fire. Yep, it doesn't work here. You can't do this until you get to this point. In the randomizer, of course, if you get final before you go in, you finish Twilight Town. World That Never Was has nothing to do with it. You can actually do that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and customize. Put Firaga there. Whoops. Not what I wanted.
Yeah,
How'd I... Oh, I used Cure. That's how I got all my health back. Okay, I need to take Cure off so I don't accidentally use that. That's fine. Uh-oh. Ah, didn't make it. Well, I have a couple of drive gauges, and now I'm going to have more... Oh, just one drive recovery. That's enough, though. There. I got some new abilities, too. I think I got an air combo boost. Yes. I'm not going to have much more at this point. Okay, maxed out. I guess I can give the rest to Goofy.
Give me strength.
I think coming here is actually probably better.
Give me strength. Thunder. Let's go.
Got Glide. Whoops. And I'm definitely getting good leveling off of it at the same time. Okay, I feel a little bit safer about taking off some of my armor now.
Give me strength.
Okay, when I get a bit better at that, that'll make that go quicker. No, not gonna risk it yet. 6 away. After the next loop, I should have enough to go even a little bit further. And I'm gonna level again, too.
Let's go.
There's that, and another form boost. Excellent. Let's go get one samurai or 2 or 3. And with form boost, it's going to make this last even longer. I can almost certainly do the 2 now. Oh, another draw. Good. Whew, just about at the edge. It's about time to start taking stuff off. What will I take off when the time comes? Possibly Slapshot and Vicinity Break. They're about have outlived their usefulness. Maybe Guard Break. Once you have Explosion, you don't need Guard Break nearly as much.
Give me strength.
Second chance. There's that. That's what I've been waiting for a while.
Give me strength.
Oh, one actually got me.
Light.
Just a desk, too. I should count both of those. Even if it's while I'm grinding, they are totally unintentional, so... Oops. Not quite at half, though, so I'm fine.
Light.
Six away from level 5. While I'm doing this, I ought to go ahead and equip Second Chance now. As I say, I have to take something else off. Counter Guard, I don't really need as much anymore. That actually gives me enough. I don't know how many other abilities I'll be getting, but I actually gained enough AP from those other setups that playing the game vanilla really helps you appreciate the leveling up increase that you get in the randomizer. I've only played a few games of the randomizer, and I'm not likely to play it again until I get myself the PC version.
Give me strength.
It'll just work better overall than the emulator version. Okay, got them all. Drive converter. Don't need that on by default, but that'll be good. Now I can start doing... I'm actually not going to until I get into 100 Acre Wood, actually. These guys should have respawned. Ooh, and I got a Nobody Lance for it. That was worth it. I'll need to get my hands on Sweet Memories because it's got the other drive converter. And then I'll be able to easily level Master Form. I can do it without, I suppose, but now that I've got these, I can pretty much do 100 Acre Wood easily. That's one of the things I should be going after. What I'm going to be doing now, period, is leveling the rest of these. Is getting set up for the final part of the game. Getting everything that I can. Except for... most of, or at least the end of the core, which will also get me some more levels. 91 more to 6, and then probably up to 500. This is going to take a little while.
Let's go.
Kind of glad I never bought a staff for Donald or a shield for Goofy. Now I just give them the nobodies and they're pretty good. Actually, rather than go back, I'm going to really quickly... Yeah, thought so. One puzzle piece in here I remembered. That's it.
Give me strength.
Combo Plus, another one of its actual uses, is with Final Form Fire. Because it gives you more chances to use it before it gets to a finisher. Which you don't want to use the finishers if you can avoid it. Defense increased again, so I may have to take off another piece of defense. $47 more just to level 6. It's taking a while. Considering I just got it though, it's still goes pretty darn fast.
Let's go!
Another form boost, wow. No, wait, I need that on Sora. $148. That's all? That's not that bad. That's about 6 or 7 more passes. Close to 30, it looks like. There should be 4 more goes. Come on. A new blizzard boost. This is going to fill me up on dense items, too. Because I'm getting just about everything except crystals, which I'll need to do at the tower, I believe. Or World That Never Was, because I think it's like sorcerers and berserkers.
Give me strength.
Crazy thing is, I'm still not in danger yet because I have once more and second chance. And still not. Better just go to world map. $52, so 2 more.
Give me strength. Fire.
Yeah, I can't get 20 with 1 bar, so might as well just go back and then back in.
Give me strength.
And there we are. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and level Moon Chamber here. Don't let me go to there, huh? I'm going to do Valor Form next. Didn't quite have it up yet. That's great. Okay, Oathkeeper. Let's go for Slice of Pumpkin, Gullwing, Form Boost, and let's put my armor back on before I forget again. Weaklings by comparison. But the materials are actually more valuable. Oh, I probably could have just used that to go straight down. Nope, I can't restart it now. Easiest thing is still to just do it.
Give me strength!
Well, I'm gonna get some Tranquility Stones by doing this accidentally. Let's see. Sleeping Lion, Starseeker. Now let's go ahead and go to my abilities and turn on Combo and Air Combo Plus real fast, because they'll be useful for this.
Take this. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Yeah. Back off. Yeah.
Whew. 204 takes so many hits.
Give me strength. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. Yeah. Yeah. This is it.
This one's going to take longer than I would like it to, but that's Valor Form for you. Which is why all the randomizer players greatly prefer to have Valor at ×5, even if nothing else is at less, if everything else is at lesser amounts. Whoops. Well, I got some stuff. Drive recovery. That's kind of nice. If I mess up, I can make use of that still. Okay, it's got me up to 600. 500 more to finish this. I'm probably doing about 150 per trip. I didn't really pay attention to the numbers or look at it more than once, so... When I did this on beginner, I swear I didn't do nearly this much damage when I was training this up, because I think I did do some training on here before when I did my beginner playthrough. And I didn't come close to damaging him enough with this. That's what made it so great at training, but I'm so high level, I guess it's kind of okay now. Might as well collect the items. Another drive recovery. More tranquility shards. Okay, was it 550? 349. Okay, so maybe 2 more then. If I, provided I do well enough. I didn't actually master this Mushroom 13 when I did my beginner. I didn't bother to do that. I did just enough to get what I needed out of them, but... There we go. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and complete this, though. I should be able to, especially with this setup. Let me practice it and see what I can do. We want Decisive Pumpkin back. Items... Abilities, okay, I don't need my combo pluses anymore. Not for this, anyway. And this will get rid of some of my anti-form. That is so easy. Tranquility Stone, Tranquility Gem, Tranquility Shard, Tranquility Crystal. Good. Okay. Wisdom. And I need to do Winnie the Pooh as well. Let's see. Can I just go here? Yes, I can. So...
Give me strength.
How many have we got?
Gather. Yeah. Gather. Yeah. Fire.
Ooh, bright crystals. More bright crystals. Okay, that's 6. Yeah, these guys respawn like crazy.
Let's go.
I guess I've cleared most of them though. Still a lot here, though. Probably ought to have Oathkeeper equipped for this. Give me the last form boost, but I'm doing fine for the most part, so not a big deal. Maybe MP haste for Wisdom form would be okay too. Would actually give a use to That works out well, though. Actually, it might even be better the other way around. But I don't think this is going to take long. 76 more. That might be one string based on how many of these guys are spawning.
Let's go.
More bright crystals, which is awesome. I'm gonna run out of use for them soon, though. Is that really it?
Let's go.
That's it. Okay, that's 3 forms at 7. Actually need to go back to Agrabah for limit. That same one is the easiest place to do limit form. It's only at 4, I think, so it's going to take a little longer.
Let's go! Yeah! It's over! Right! Yeah! Back off!
Open the menu to get an instant refill. That's what you do, not start. Just open the menu. Slightly faster. If you want to waste ethers, you can speed this up.
It's over. Let's go. Yeah. It's over. Let's go. Yeah. Back off. Let's go. Back off. Give me strength. Yeah. It's over. Right. Yeah. Take this.
We'll go one more time. And I am going to put on Oathkeeper at this point.
Let's go. Take this. Right. Back off.
Three, so finally we'll get
Give me strength. Give me strength. Yeah. Back off. Okay. Let's go.
so I'll get my next level up here.
Back off.
Not that it matters that much, but
Yeah. This is it. Give me strength. Back off. Give me strength.
your form goes down faster when you actually attack enemies, which is why this is one of the quickest ways. Just go refill your mana fast. Dodge roll back in, activate him.
Let's go.
Sonic Rave.
Take this. Give me strength.
I can swear that some of the others are faster, but this is what the speedrunners use, so I'm pretty sure it's actually faster, even if it doesn't feel like it to me.
Give me strength. This is it. Right. Yeah, take this.
Third form boost is definitely helping out too.
Give me strength. Take this. Give me strength.
Whoops. That was a waste.
Right. Yeah. 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 This is it. Let's go. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. 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 Give me strength. It's over. Let's go. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Give me strength. This is it. Right. Back off.
Nine more to 6.
Right. Give me strength. Take this. Back off.
Oh, yep, I didn't get it there for some reason. Did that accidentally, but yeah, that's why it actually does look like it's longer.
Right. Take this. Give me strength. Yeah. It's over. Give me strength. Back off. Let's go. Yeah, back off. Give me strength. Take this. Right. It's over.
This should do it right here. For 6 at least.
Right. This is it. Give me strength. Yeah. It's over.
Ooh, a new Lucky Lucky. It's good for grinding.
Let's go. This is it. Let's go. Back off. Right. Take this. Right. It's over. Give me strength. It's over. Let's go. It's over. Right. This is it. Give me strength. Yeah. Take this. Let's go. This is it. Give me strength. Yeah. Take this. Let's go. It's over. Right. It's over.
Been an hour and a half. Not a bad idea to save, but not what I intended. Gain 20 levels in an hour and a half. World map, not save over another thing. Alright. Only 15 to go.
Give me strength. Yeah. Huh. Right. Huh. Take this. Give me strength. Yeah. Back off.
13.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Give me strength. Ha. Huh. It's over. Right. Ha. This is it.
11.
Ha. Huh. Huh. Give me strength. Yeah. Ha. Take this. Let's go. Ha. Huh. It's over. Ha. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Give me strength.
9.
This is it. Give me strength. Yeah. Back off.
7.
Yeah. Ha. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Ha. Ha. It's over. Right. Ha. Huh. This is it.
5.
Huh. Huh. Ha. Yeah. Give me strength. This is it. Let's go. Ha. This is it.
3.
Ha. Huh. Give me strength. Yeah, it's over. Let's go. Ha. Yeah, this is it.
Could have used an ether and saved one trip, but what's the point? It's not like I would save an entire thing here.
Give me strength. This is it. Yeah.
Had to celebrate. Okay. That's limit to 7. Time to do Winnie the Pooh world. And hopefully I can avoid the bees. I'm going to skip these scenes because they just show the houses appearing.
Say, what's wrong, Sonny?
Oh, I was just thinking and wondering.
You should be skedaddling out of here.
Why?
Why? Because it's Wednesday, of course.
Wednesday? Oh, well then, happy Wednesday. Now, I think I shall wish everyone a happy Wednesday. No bother. Let's see now. Who is everyone?
Ouch! Wonder if Pooh's here.
Help! Help! Somebody save me!
Piglet!
Sora! Help, please!
Hold on, little guy.
But because I'm an RPG player, you have to wait for me to finish getting items. I have Glide. I didn't have Glide for all the game, and now all of a sudden I've got Glide 3. Defense boost. Ooh. There you go. Ooh, thank you, Sora. Oh, here comes Pooh Bear. Pooh, you're all right. Why, hello, it's nice to meet you. Happy Wednesday. Nice to meet you, but Pooh, it's me, Piglet. Don't you remember me? And me too, we're friends. We are? It seems I can't remember. Oh, Pooh, that's very sad. Goodbye, Sora. Goodbye, Pooh. Piglet. Oh my, that looks rather fun, doesn't it? I say, it seems we have a rather serious predicament. Sora, would you mind going after poor Piglet? By playing the minigame. Spin to win, spin to win. Darn, isn't in there yet.
Jump down, Piglet. I'll catch you.
Oh, dear.
You can do it, Piglet. You just have to be brave.
Sora. All right, Sora. I'll try.
Oh, that was rather frightening. I do hope you're all right, Piglet.
Oh, Pooh, you remembered my name? You really, truly remembered?
Of course, Piglet. But today, I think I shall call you my friend Piglet, who is very brave.
Who is very brave.
Me? Very brave? No, but it's easy to be brave when I have a wonderful friend like you, Pooh Bear.
I'm happy for you guys.
Oh, and thank you for rescuing my friend Piglet, somebody I don't know.
Somebody I don't know.
Sure. Don't mention it.
Carrots. You wanted to do DBZ style Saiyan naming, you could get alternate names for Saiyans from the misspellings of vegetables in Rabbit's Orchard. Poor Eeyore's house.
Eeyore, Pooh, are you okay? Gosh, that's too bad, Eeyore. After all that work.
No matter. Most likely would have fallen down anyway.
Well, I'll help you fix your house, Eeyore.
Oh, hello there, Piglet. Thanks for offering. Wouldn't want to spoil your fun day, though.
Well, hello, Piglet. And hello, somebody I don't know.
Pooh, this is Eeyore. You know Eeyore, don't you?
I do?
What could have happened to him?
Oh, I have an idea. Maybe Pooh's tummy is so rumbly that it's making him forget. If we bring him some honey, he's sure to remember.
Well, I guess it's worth a try.
Might work, but probably not.
First, we gotta find some honey.
If honey's what you're looking for, I know just the place. Follow me.
Okay.
Draw ring. Probably at the point where I don't really need it anymore, but nice to have. Okay, any other... I think I've got all the puzzle pieces here too.
Splendid, just splendid.
This is my least favorite of the mini games. It's the one that you actually have a chance of failing if you're bad. All the rest of them are so easy you really can't fail it, except for the last one. The yeeting the bear takes a little bit of work to figure out how that's supposed to function. But it's very fast when you fail it. Oh no! My honey! Pooh, did you eat all my honey? Oh, hello, it's nice to meet you. What did you say? Is that for me too? Oh, I was sure I'd found a safe place for it too. Sorry, it's our fault. We brought Pooh here. Oh, hello, Sora. It's good to see you again. Same here. We really are sorry. It's quite alright. I know Pooh can't be stopped when he gets this hungry. Pardon me, somebody I don't know. Is there any more? Are you feeling all right, Pooh? Could you really have forgotten all about me? What on earth is going on? Is there more honey? You see, my tummy's rumbly. That's it. He's so hungry he can't remember a thing. Oh, we thought that too. Then let's stuff this bear full of honey. I wouldn't get my hopes up. But I thought Pooh ate all your honey, Rabbit. He has endless supplies of honey. I've got more. Must have emergency rations, but I hid them a bit too well. So we have to play a silly minigame to get them. Of course, if you're just trying to survive and you remember where the obstacles are, it's... I'm not normally too afraid of actually failing it, but the sped-up version on the randomizer until you figure out exactly the safest place to stick yourself, essentially. Which side you can safely go to. It can be a little tricky. Just trying to actually swallow them at double speed is pretty difficult. The whole dash thing I've never really thought was necessary. It's interesting that Gopher has appeared more in Kingdom Hearts games over the past, like, 20 years or so than he has in the actual Pooh Bear cartoons. They've written him out. Apparently he's perceived as some kind of stereotype. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but... And now if you stick just to the left here and have Gopher... Yep, you're totally safe. That's one thing I noticed in doing the randomizer to deal with the high speed.
There now, Pooh. Have just as much as you'd like.
Why, thank you.
It's not gonna do any good.
Pardon me, kind somebody, but do you know where I might find another smackerel or two of honey? Oh. My tummy seems to be telling me there's some honey right in there. Mother, I'm stuck.
He still doesn't remember. What in the world has gotten into Pooh Bear?
Whatever it is, we better help him.
Oh, yes, and quickly, too.
Oh, stuff and fluff.
Stuff and fluff.
1, 2, 3.
Or fluff and stuff.
You're okay now, Pooh.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure of that if I were you. Why, just look at him. He doesn't even remember who I am. Perhaps it's all this blustery wind, or maybe he actually needs more honey, or he's sleepwalking and dreaming.
Well, if I am dreaming, which I suppose I could be, I hope that I get to the part where you invite me to lunch again very soon, Rabbit.
That's right, you're always stopping by for lunch. Wait, Pooh, you called me Rabbit.
Well, of course, Rabbit.
What about Eeyore? And do you remember Eeyore too, Pooh?
Oh, hello there, Eeyore. It's ever so nice to see you today.
Thanks for noticing me, Pooh Bear.
And hello to you too, somebody I don't know.
Well, at least you remember Rabbit and Eeyore now.
By this time, especially if a player's just been coming here as soon as they get a torn page, they've probably figured out that he's slowly going to remember each of his friends for each one we get and wondering how far they have to go before he remembers Sora. Okay, the bouncing game is the easiest of all.
Hi.
Well, hello, Sora.
Yes, hello there, somebody I don't know.
Eeyore told me Pooh wasn't quite himself. I thought this might be just what the poor dear needed.
Yeah, I hope it'll make Pooh better.
Stickers are wonderful things. The tops are made of rubber. The butters are made of spring.
It's been a long time since I've actually watched at least the old Pooh Bear cartoons, but I do not remember Tigger being a kleptomaniac.
But Tigger, that's not...
Especially when it looks obviously like medicine, and obviously Christopher Robin is too young to be imagining, well, I guess that's not a possibility, depending upon the adults he's surrounded by. It might feel natural to, that some of them might drink alcohol. Magic boost, very much worth. Yeah, each of these spots seems to have one puzzle piece and 3 chests. I know it's 3 chests, except for the cave. You're saying Pooh even forgot about me? Yes, Tigger. That bottle you thought was a present was medicine to make Pooh better. Oh, who needs medicine? Why, some Tiggerific bouncing will jog his memory for sure. Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, Pooh, that looks like fun, somebody I don't know. Nothing, huh? Of course, we all gotta bounce together. That'll do the trick. And done. All of these can be replayed, and then you're shooting for scores and stuff, which makes them difficult. But I think I have to come back and do them again to get my 100%.
Always makes me hungry.
If I'm going for platinum.
all that bouncing and he still doesn't remember me? Well, then I guess bouncing's not the answer. It makes a Tigger almost never want to bounce again.
Oh, please be careful with that.
Oh, sorry, little piglet, but Pooh not remembering me has me confused. I don't even feel like bouncing. No, but Tigger, I always thought that bouncing was what Tiggers did best.
And all of a sudden he remembers, out of nowhere. Having a bottle thrown at him sparked this piece of his memory.
After all. That's great.
He is too slothful, I guess is the right term, to be actually traumatized, but events that would otherwise be traumatizing are what give him the little triggers that restore his memory piece by piece.
Oh well, perhaps I'll remember tomorrow.
I really ought to go back and do the Pooh Bear in Kingdom Hearts 1, because I totally skipped it in Kingdom Hearts 1. Okay, spooky cave time. Let's see if I can avoid the bees. I have enough jump and such, I just need to basically guess where the places are. Hey everyone! Uh-oh, where's Pooh? He went in there! The spooky cave. Do you think there might be a Jagular hiding inside? Jagular, well now, that reminds me of when my dear cousin Alphonse... Say, why are you all sitting around here? If you're worried about that bear, let's go find him. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, let's go. But if there really is a Jagular, then we'd better think this through. Seems we've got a bit of time. Why don't I just resume where I left off? My cousin, that is, my father's younger sister's... What do you think we should do, Sora? Okay, let's go. You don't get the map until after you're done with this. That's the real annoying part. I was gonna explore the cave and get the items. Okay, that's the place where bees are. Okay, that's where Pooh actually is up here. I bet it's gonna say I need to bring everybody. Yep. Okay, that's the last chest, I think. Made everybody scared. Let's go ahead and retry. Whoops, we got to say forward march. Come on, Tigger. Okay, not bad.
Pooh, there you are. Hey, we looked everywhere for you.
I was looking for a very dear friend that I remember I made a very important promise to.
So, did you find him?
No, I looked and looked, but he doesn't seem to be anywhere.
Oh, poor boy. So there you are.
But Tigger, did you have to bounce me so bouncily?
Gosh, I thought a jaguar had gotten you.
Oh dear. I hadn't thought of that. I do hope a jaguar hasn't gone and gobbled up my friend.
Now try to remember, Pooh. Isn't Sora the one you're looking for?
Oh, the jaguar.
No, it's just your tummy grumbling. You must be hungry. Come on, let's head home and see if we can find you some honey.
I'd like that, Sora.
Pooh, you finally remembered.
Remembered what, Sora?
Pooh.
I like it ever so much when you're cheerful, Sora.
Me too, Pooh.
Oh, there's a bit of a rumbly in my tumbly.
All right, then let's go home.
Sweet memories. And now the map. Oh, bother. Are you alright? Sora, is that you? Help! Winnie the Pooh doesn't know what to do. Got a honey jar stuck on his nose. He came to me asking help and advice, and from here no one knows where he goes. So I sent him to ask of the owl if he's there, how to loosen a jar from the nose of a bear. So help me if you can, I've got to get back to the house at Pooh Corner by 1. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive. Okay, eat the bear time. Whoops. Gotta wait. Okay, I think I've got this. I'm not seeing the scene of my failure. Okay, I don't got this. It's been too long since I did it last time, so... Okay, wait until the power's full and then... Let's see if I can get more failures than deaths up to this point. Whoops. I want to hit it as soon as it appears, but you're supposed to wait. I totally keep forgetting that. Okay, come on. There we go. 7,000, not bad for a, I'm remembering. Okay.
So, what were you doing here?
I was thinking, perhaps there's a way to make it so you won't go away.
You mean a way to make me stay?
Yes. Would there be such a thing as a way to make it so you don't go away again?
Pooh. Don't worry. I promise I'll come back and visit you now and then.
Could you make it now and now instead? That seems a bit better to me. Sora, if I go looking for you, will I find you?
I'll always be with you, right here. You don't have to go anywhere. Just stay here, and you can see me anytime you want.
You mean I just have to stay right here?
Yep, that's all.
Would you promise?
Promise.
I promise too.
And so do Rue and I.
We sure do.
You're welcome to visit us anytime, Sora.
Thanks.
After all, I must tell you of my Uncle Albert's adventures at sea.
Guess you'll be staying a while.
Goodbye, Sora. Thanks, Gopher.
If you ever get lonely, just start bouncing and think of your pal Tigger.
I will, Tigger.
You're leaving?
Yes, I really have to go.
Well, I won't be sad, because you'll always be right here forever and ever, right, Sora?
And all of you are right here too. See ya.
All right, now. Let's see. Oh, that we will need that too. Okay, let's see. Drive converter. I've gotten a lot of abilities. Is there any I really want to equip now? I need to equip drive converter for this grind I'm doing. Blizzard boost and another MP haste. Yeah, I've got a lot of good abilities now. I can start taking some off. No. Okay, I need to go back to Twilight Town. A new episode was added. I don't know what that episode could be, because we're done with everything.
Yeah. Let's go.
Darn. Yeah. I need to get my high jump up with this first. But I wanted to go into this form anyway. Hey, come on. I'm too strong. I do have 2 drive converters on, don't I? I thought that that would give me... should give me 100%. Do I need 3 for it? I did put on drive converter, right? Yeah. Okay, I guess I need 3 and I don't quite have 3 yet. Oh, the third one comes from this. Oh, I can get some more from them too. Whoops. I'm about to die. Well, at least I'm getting some decent money as well. Oh, they both dead? Okay. Only need 43, so I should be able to get that from these guys. Then I'm done grinding drive forms. Come on. That's it. Okay. Ha! And I got that too. Let's see. Defeat enemies that appear before you. Oh, because I reverted, so I don't have... I have a couple of drive gauges, though, don't I? Drive recoveries. Oh, I have 6. Ooh, okay, we'll go and do that.
Give me strength.
Not as, okay, this probably would have been better for Wisdom Form, actually. I thought they'd be appearing really rapidly in front of me. Although, actually, this isn't a bad idea either. How many is 29? Probably not that good. Okay, well, I'll come back for that later. This is a good place to put up for the day. Oh, I've had a nice productive day, got all my grinding up. Next week, I'll take care of Atlantica, and then I'll do the Absent Silhouettes, and then I'll go ahead and finish up the game. So probably the first two will happen before lunch, and finishing the game should be easy enough to do after lunch. So, all of you who've watched, thanks for watching and sticking through the more boring parts here. And I will see you next time for some more fun things of various sorts.